Detroit Pistons select Cade Cunningham, Oklahoma State.
Alright Pistons fans, so in today's video, I'm going to be hitting you guys with an injury update. We've had a lot of trade talks recently. We've had a lot of discussions with Mo Bamba, DeAndre Ayton, but we haven't really talked about the guys who've been injured on our team. And today, we finally have an update on all of them. And it's actually good news, which is exciting to hear because we took the L with Bull and Cam Reddish, and then Cade Cunningham, he just got ejected. We've been taking a lot of L's recently, so it's good to take a W with these players and the injuries. But before we get into all of that, please make sure you guys like this video. Today's like goal is 100 likes, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. So let's start off with Kelly Olynyk. So Kelly Olynyk, he's been out for a very long time. He only played 10 games so far this season. And about a week ago, we got a report saying that he started his rehab, which was good. And then as of today, we have, and I quote, return to competition reconditioning for Kelly Olynyk. And then a few games ago, he was actually listed as questionable, which was weird because he was out at the time. But then they listed him as out. So that was a weird situation. But according to this new news, it does appear like Kelly Olynyk, the return for him and the timetable for his return is looking up. It's looking like he'll be back soon. Now let's talk about Frank Jackson. Frank Jackson, he was out due to protocol, and then he ended up coming back, but he had that injury. And then also put the image back on the screen. The same thing for him. Return to competition reconditioning. So it's good to hear that these guys are getting back into the swing of things. If I were to say who will come back first, I would probably say that Frank Jackson will most likely come back before Kelly Olynyk, because Kelly, his injury was much worse than Frank Jackson was. So if any between the two of those players, if I were to pick anyone who I would expect to be back on the court soon, I will go with Frank ahead of Kelly. Now we have to talk about Jeremy Grant. We had a lot of trade talks about him recently on the Chicago Bulls. I'm going to have a video on my backup channel coming soon, but the Chicago Bulls, a new team that's been interested in Grant, and then all of the other NBA teams, they've been interested in Grant as well, but we haven't seen him play because of that injury, obviously. But we got new news. He has been sent to the G League. Put the image on the screen. Jeremy Grant has been sent to the G League after successful thumb surgery. So yeah, Grant, he'll be working with the Motor City Crews down there. He'll be using their facilities to get back into form, similar to Cade Cunningham when he missed the first month of basketball. When Cade came back and was ready to play, they first sent him down to the G League so that Cade could use their facility. So it's looking like they're doing the same thing with Grant. They'll send him to the G League first before they bring him back on the main roster so that he can go down there and work in their facilities. And then lastly, we're going to talk about Chris Smith. I know a lot of you all have forgot about him, but he's someone who we picked up after the draft out of UCLA, a small forward / power forward combination. Really do like Chris Smith, and he is finally back. He had that major injury at UCLA and hasn't been able to play for the Pistons or the Motor City Crews, but thankfully he has finally returned. He just played his first game with the Motor City Crews, so his injury is done with. He is back to playing basketball. So that's basically everything, man. We got a lot of good news on the injury front. Chris Smith, he's officially back. Don't have to worry about his injury anymore. We got Frank Jackson looking like he's coming back on the horizon. Kelly Olynyk, who's only played 10 games so far this season, look like he's coming back. And then Jeremy Grant just got sent down to the Motor City Crews. A lot of good news. Really excited to hear. The Pistons, we've been on a hot start so far to this new year, and once all these guys come back, Kelly Olynyk, Jeremy Grant, it can only help us. So if the Pistons can continue to play to the level or you've been at so far, and then add all these guys back, it's looking like the Pistons could pick up a few more victories, which is good. You don't want the young guys to develop a loser's mentality. You obviously, want to have a top pick. You want to lose some games so that you can get either a Paulo or Jabari, but you still want them to win a few games so that they don't develop a loser's mentality. But that's basically everything, man. Pistons fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 4K, and I'm out.